You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, featuring the week's roundup of fashion news. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
Well, hello, fashionable people. If you're tuning in, this is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411. It's Friday. It's time to talk more fashion. So let's just introduce everyone on the panel today. Across from me is...
Hey guys, I'm your host Erica Garcia Rojas, and I am your spicy Latina born and raised in LA who turned my love for fashion into a business, Rally Babe Apparel. You can find us at rallybabe.com.
Awesome. I'm your girl, Courtney Stewart. I'm your resident shopaholic, shoeaholic, giving you guys always the consumer perspective on the show.
And I am Deanna Vaughn, and I used to be a buyer and merchandiser, all kinds of stuff in New York City, and I'd like to think that I can bring you the runway to the real way, because I'm all about doing things on a budget. All right, so let's get started. So it just occurred to me, well, first of all, I am a cosmetics beauty guru. Like, I could spend all day at a Sephora, at a beauty counter, drugstore, and it just occurred to me, oh my gosh, we've never really featured cosmetics and beauty on here. So it is time.
Yes, thank you.
It is time. So the who, what, where this week, it's all about fall cosmetics and beauty trends.
Yay.
So let's see. First up, it is lips. So the trend for the fall is like this dark wine burgundy color. Yes. And what I love so much about it, everybody can wear it. So whether you are dark skin, brown skin, fair skin, olive skin, there is a color that suits everybody in this, you know, red wine burgundy family. If you guys could see me in the studio now, I'm actually wearing a dark color on my lips right now, but it's just such a great color. It's just, you can make everything else on your face kind of downplayed because it's just calling so much attention to your lips. It's just, it's
modern. You can like dress up a whole
Yeah.
look, and if you throw on that red lip, that burgundy lip, it's just so fresh and modern.
It's fantastic. So let's see here. Oh, and I also want to remind you guys, you can follow along on Instagram, BHL Fashion 411. You can also check us out online, blackhollywoodlive.com, because we also have pictures just in case you are a visual person. But all right, so let's look at our wine lips. First one, if you got a little money to spend, you know, and you want to kind of go way out there with your makeup bag. The first one is from Chanel. It's the Rouge Allure lipstick, and the color is 109 Rouge Noir, and it's for $43. That's kind of steep for my budget for some lipstick.
For a lipstick.
But hey, you know. Next color is from NARS. It's their semi-matte lipstick in Scarlet Empress for $26. I'm actually wearing NARS. I'm wearing their it's their matte stick, and mine is called Train Blue.
Yes.
I love NARS.
I love NARS. NARS is giving a run for the money for MAC with the brown girls.
They've been giving them a run for their
a
money.
really good job these last few years.
Just wonderful saturated colors. It's definitely priced a little bit higher than MAC.
Yeah.
It's
for
a lot
sure.
more expensive, yeah.
And they don't have a recycling program.
No.
But I love NARS. And then next up, it's from Bite Beauty. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Bite Beauty, but they're in Sephora, but they have a great range of like matte, semi-matte colors, just beautiful like pigmented shades that again will probably look great on everybody. And this color is Mulberry Wine, and it's $24. And then last but not least, we have from our friend MAC the Color Plus lipstick, and the color's called Fixed on Drama, and it's $15.
And I got to throw out some drugstore options. I'm a huge fan of drugstore cosmetics, especially with lipsticks. I can't justify myself spending $25, $30, $35 on a lipstick. So drugstore options, I definitely check out Rimmel. They have great lipsticks. Kate Moss actually has a line with Rimmel that she collaborated on, and her reds in that, and I don't know the specific one exactly, but her reds in that collection are really, really good. And you'll actually see them a lot featured just celebrities, magazines. It's a well it's a well done collection of reds.
And I'm glad you said that because drugstore options are like, there's a lot of great products in the drugstores. And I think back in the day, people thought, okay, well, if I buy it in a drugstore and I open up the package and I don't like it, I can't return it. And that's so not true. So you can still, you know, those are great options, especially if you don't want to spend a lot of money. If it's like a trendy color, like if it's orange or bright pink, you know, you don't want to really commit. Drugstore cosmetics, hey.
They're good and the formulas are...
And just to echo that sentiment, because some of the problems with us brown folks is that the colors don't always
look the
same as they appear in the bottle, etc. once you put them on. But L'Oreal Infallible has done a very good job with their berries. That's what I'm wearing right now. So I appreciate their berries. Brown girls, you can check those out too.
Very nice. So that's your lip trend for the fall. Next up, we've got nails. Love me some nails. Okay, so we're all girls. We all have our nails painted and done. One big trend we're seeing a lot of is this stiletto nail. So it's long and it's pointed. I can't wrap my brain around this for me, but when I see it, I do like it. Rihanna happens to sport it a lot, and she's the first picture up here right now. And usually when you see it, either, you know, someone's got their nails like painted a bright color because you're really trying to call attention to the fact that your nails are these pointy little spikes. I don't see how you do anything with nails like that, but it's super, super popular. It's all over the place. It's on celebrities. It's on, you know, on the street, it's all over the place. Next big trend is the asymmetric shaped nail. So they kind of just took the stiletto kind of to a different place and it's completely asymmetrical. Again, I don't know
really
how
different.
I don't know how you do anything with that, but it's definitely like, you know, your hands are becoming, you know, another feature, another work of art, you know. So like, you know, you wouldn't leave your house without some mascara or lipstick on. Now, you know, girls aren't leaving the house without their nails done, you know, something. Another big trend in nails is the reverse French manicure. So now, you know, the normal French manicure, you have the buff color and then the white tips. Now that's all, you know, shaken up. So people are doing it reverse. They're doing it with different colors. This picture right here, she's got white on the back end and black on the front end, but people are doing it in tons of colors, tons of options. It's just all over the place. It looks kind of cool. And then, see, next up we've got embellished nails. So now people are putting like studs and rhinestones and chains and all kinds of different artwork on nails. And I also want to call to everyone's attention, like now, like to get your nails done like that, like there's a place on Melrose here. It's like $100. Like it's crazy expensive. People are investing a lot of money when it comes to their hands, when it comes to nails. And it's just, again, it's just another feature. And then the last picture, which I love, it's an ombre nail. So ombre is not just for your hair, it's also for your fingers. And also I want to give an honorable mention. I just discovered this new polish from Sephora. It's their own line called Formula X.
I've heard of it.
Oh my God. This is over a week old. It doesn't chip. It stays shiny. The colors, it's a thicker nail polish. The colors are saturated. If you can't find a color that you like, then something's wrong. But it's $10.50. They're in just about every Sephora, plus you can get it online. I highly, highly recommend. It's called Formula X from Sephora. Awesome nail polish.
Cool.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that is it for nails. And next up, we've got hair. So another big fall trend is their top knots. Now, it's funny because I wear my hair like this all the time. I tend to just think of it as if I don't feel like doing my hair, I just put it up like this. But now this is kind of like the trendy, cool thing to do. First picture, we've got Miss Lala Anthony. And another nice thing about the top knot, whether you're, you know, white, black, you know, whatever ethnicity, it's an easy hairstyle to do. You can do it yourself. You know, all you need is what, a ponytail holder. And if you don't have enough hair to put up a top knot, you can always get a few extensions, put it in a little pony attachment. And sometimes I think the messier, the better when it comes to this look. So I happen to love it. The second picture is Tia Mowry. Then we have Christina Milian. And then the last picture, this is just a really cute picture. She was a girl on the street, and her hair is actually natural. I know it might be kind of hard to tell from the photo, but even if you have natural hair and it's not completely straight, you can still sport a top knot, a little bun. And then finally, for our beauty trends, we've got the face, we got some eyes. So cat eyes, big, big, big trend for the fall. It's basically, you know, actually you're wearing a cat eye today, Erica.
I'm all about the cat eye.
I love it. It's just like a nice little wing, and there's so many different products, brands. You can use a regular eyeliner, you can use a felt tip liner, you can use a gel liner.
I say I'm like the connoisseur of eyeliners, and I like tried every single one out there.
What's your go-to?
Like, it's all about like the different consistency. There's your pencil, which I wouldn't suggest using for a cat eye.
Yeah,
it's
me either.
pencils are great for like smudging out, but I do like the felt tip one. Felt tip one is great. There's a line called BH Cosmetics, which is not that expensive of a line. I actually was at a beauty event and I got it for free. It's an amazing. I think you can buy it for like $5 or $6, and it's a felt tip eyeliner. But I think L'Oreal makes some. The felt tip one is actually great for beginners if you're trying to do a cat eye. And then there's the gel eyeliner, which Bobbi Brown and MAC makes really good gel eyeliner. But I would have to say a great drugstore dupe or double on that is the L'Oreal. L'Oreal has a fantastic gel eyeliner that rivals MAC's and Bobbi Brown's.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and there's another one too for liquid. So you got your gel, you got your felt tip, you got your pencil, and then you got your liquid. So liquid's great too. It's a little harder to if you're new, but liquid is really good because it gives you a really precise line. And NYX Cosmetics.
That's a great brand.
Not
too.
NYX. Actually, they have a different one, but NYC Cosmetics that they sell at Target. $4 or $5. They have a great liquid eyeliner that I use as well. So there's
lots of
all the
options.
eyeliner options right there.
And I think that the cat eye technique is just something after a little practice, you know, you get used to it. You get the hang of it. Because I know for me, like when I first started, I could get one eye perfect and the other eye would be off. Would always be off. But just with a little bit more practice, you know, this is something you can totally make your own. You can do it with a smoky eye, you know, just add that little drama.
And we're going to be having some beauty bloggers on the show in the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk all about makeup and stuff.
Yeah,
It'll be really fun.
Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
You'll get like 8 million tutorials.
I live on YouTube.
Yeah, me too. I love it.
And then another trend for eyes is just the whole glittery shadow. So this is something that you can layer on top of, you know, another shadow, or if you just want to just go bare, comes in tons of colors. Again, there's so many different options, but it's just an easy way to just add a little drama to your face, you know, and just you can kind of play down everything else. And then the last big trend for the eyes for the fall is actually bold eyebrows, because sometimes eyebrows go in and out of style, you know. I happen to be one that like I like to think I keep my eyebrows groomed. I get them threaded, but for me, I like them to be on the thicker side, and you know, I like my arch, but it just happens to be in to have bushy eyebrows, so maybe that's an excuse not to get it done.
Well, you still need to groom them. You just want them full.
Yeah, true.
We don't need unibrows.
Full eyebrows have been a trend for
a while.
Yeah. So.
And it's always, I think it's a shaped full brow is more flattering and youthful on the face than like a really thin one.
Yeah,
I totally agree. So that is your beauty and cosmetics trends for the fall. I'm so happy we did that.
Love it.
All right, what's up next?
All right, so we got your style scoop for you here on this November 8th week. And first up, we've got there's a new fashion law program that was just launched here in Los Angeles. Loyola Law School announced this week the launch of the school's Fashion Law Institute in its downtown LA campus. The program's director, Stacey Riordan, says that law students will be able to get a certificate in fashion law by taking 4 fashion-specific courses, focusing on issues like industry-specific contracts and law related to celebrity endorsements. The goal, according to Riordan, is to have students interact as much as possible with non-lawyers in the industry. The concentration will also require students to get real-world experience working with young designers from nearby design schools. Loyola's Institute is the first of its kind on the West Coast and second nationwide. Fordham Law School in New York launched a similar program in 2010, and Riordan cites the size of Southern California's apparel industry as a driving factor of the program's establishment. Los Angeles and Orange County fashion industries alone are responsible for more than 168,000 jobs and have a yearly $60 billion impact on their economy, according to stats from Otis College of Art and Design.
I think that's great because fashion, like there's so much when it comes to law. There's, you know, counterfeiting and trademarking and, you know, like licensing. So it's nice that there's, you know, they're realizing there's a niche, you know, for law that, you know, goes back to fashion.
And like I said in the blurb, it makes sense. I mean, downtown LA is growing crazy when it comes to the apparel industry. Everything we manufacture for our line is in downtown LA, and it just makes sense that they have a program like that.
Yeah, and I think that'll continue to grow and change as people are wanting to get more items made in the USA. So it's ripe for the picking for everybody. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So up next, we've got a celebrity collaboration for you guys. The latest is Mr. Lenny Kravitz. So he's dipping in the world of fashion design. No surprise, a super stylish musician, with the announcement of a collaboration between his design firm and California brand Fred Segal. Fred Segal tapped Lenny Kravitz to help create a line of 10 unisex items, including apparel, accessories, and a motorcycle, with prices ranging from $100 to $100,000. Wow. The collection will be sold at Fred Segal boutiques in Japan, Los Angeles, Vegas, and the Fred Segal website. That's according to Women's World Daily.
I'm actually surprised this didn't happen a long time ago. Yeah. He's got such, this connection with fashion, style. For as long as, I'm a huge fan of Lenny Kravitz, so I'm surprised this hasn't happened.
And I'm ready for the home line to come along with that, because he does interior design, and I could see that being great.
He's been fashionable before fashionable musicians being fashionable was cool.
Totally.
He had his style, and he's so true to his style since day one, and he hasn't changed it. Like you can see a Lenny Kravitz, and like that's his style. You can see somewhere that's a Lenny Kravitz style. So. Yeah. Good for him, and I'm excited to see what he comes. I'm excited to see what his motorcycle looks like.
I know. Right?
He was my neighbor when I used to live in New York City. Like we lived in the building right next to each other. Of course, his was much better than mine. Mine was a walk up. His wasn't. But yeah, I used to see him all the time in the neighborhood. Yeah, nice.
All right, so up next, this is something interesting. So the clothing line Supreme merchandise. There's this guy, they call him a flipper, and he makes millions of dollars basically reselling Supreme merchandise. So the New Yorker recently uncovered a secret underground store located inside a dilapidated mall off of Elizabeth Street in New York City that exclusively sells resold Supreme merchandise. The owner, Peter, who he didn't want to reveal his last name or even his image, runs his quote, unique hype collection named store, with his mom buying and reselling the most hard to find and rarest Supreme items. Considering Supreme's popularity, it's no surprise that the underground entrepreneur is doing pretty well. He claims to be making at least $1 million a year in his business from his physical location and eBay operation.
Oh, wow.
So what's his secret to snagging the hardest to find and most coveted Supreme items? Basically paying roughly 30 kids a day, $100 a day to stand in line on the street store.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart.
Way to go, man.
But the fact that he has there's so many people out there willing to pay for resold Supreme merchandise is crazy.
It does make me wonder what's his initial investment. You know what I mean? Because that merchandise, it's not cheap.
Yeah,
it's not cheap. So it does make me wonder, like, how much is he fronting, and then how long does it take for him to get his money back?
Yeah.
You know?
I'd imagine though that he probably first started off on eBay, and then now he has this little physical. And he was able to probably test it out on eBay. Yeah. You know, being in retail and having your own line, you could test things out a lot easier on eBay. We test out a lot of different styles on eBay just to kind of see how it works, and then you get kind of a huge market out there giving you feedback and stuff. And I think I can imagine that's how he got started. But so he found a way to make money.
Brilliant move.
I know.
It is brilliant.
Brilliant move.
All right. So up next, Jean-Paul Gaultier has a new couture kids line. He's introducing his all-new couture line, and he's launching a limited edition 90-piece collection of tulle dresses inspired by the finale look from his Spring Couture 2013 collection. How much will these pint-sized couture pieces cost, you ask?
It's couture.
Well, about $1,200 a piece.
Hey, that's cheaper than I thought.
That a little kid is going to grow out of
in like 2 weeks.
5 months. And so that's a lot of money to spend on a piece of tulle for
Northwest will be rocking that.
Do we think this is a publicity stunt? Because he's
had some troubles.
He's had a lot of troubles. What was it? Anti-Semitic comments or statements. So he's had a lot of trouble. That's been following him around a lot. So I wonder if this is trying to, see, I'm making clothes for kids.
It's beautiful.
I think it's definitely a way for him to get publicity. I mean, you know, we're talking
a
about
better
it.
way.
It was out there in the media when you look things up. So I mean, obviously he's trying to gain something. How much is he really going to sell? Probably not.
Well, this is like this is for celebrity kids.
Celebrity
Yeah.
kids and
You know.
wealthy people,
Yeah.
children, they will
Yeah.
totally buy that stuff.
Wow.
No
They'll
problem.
buy it, but I can't imagine he'll make an empire out of this.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
but yeah. So, all right. Last but not least, we've got Abercrombie and Fitch has decided to shut down all of its Gilly Hicks stores. So Gilly Hicks is Abercrombie and Fitch's Australian-themed lingerie and loungewear spinoff. The company began operating locations for the brand here in the U.S. In 2008 and currently operates about 28 stores here and abroad. So Abercrombie's Mike Jeffries said that the sales among the younger demographic he caters to remains kind of weak, and that though all Gilly Hicks stores will close, the brand will continue to be available online and in Hollister stores.
That's one screwed up company. 'Cause I used to work for it.
Yeah,
It's,
give us some insider scoop. Deanna.
Well, Mike Jeffries, the CEO, he's notorious for, you know, really knowing who he wants to shop in his stores.
Yes.
They, like, Abercrombie has, you know, gone to court so many times for a lot of, like, you know, racial discrimination cases. You know, he's telling people, if you're fat, then I don't want you in my store
Yeah.
because we're not selling to you.
Yeah.
Just the company, like, he drives a Porsche to work. He leaves his keys in the car unlocked. He is like, he's had a lot of plastic surgery, flip-flops. And Abercrombie is a place where if you show up for your interview wearing a suit, you will not get the job. They want you to look like the culture of the company. So you show up wearing a hoodie and some flip-flops and a t-shirt, boom, you've got it. As long as you look cute and young and attractive, you'll work there. But they work you like a slave.
I remember they used to, when I was in college, they would recruit at
School.
schools.
Yeah.
I remember because they came up to me, they came up to different people I know, and people went and interviewed with them, and I ended up knowing Tony. Actually ended up getting a job with them and ended up actually moving quite high within the company.
Yeah.
But they would like go to schools and they would like hound different people and try and get them to work at their store, and it was
it's
kind
a
of
company.
funny.
It's a Peter Pan company. You
Yeah.
know, he's addicted to youth. He's addicted to pretty people, and it is the type of company where, you know, you will see, like, you know, somebody who's 28 years old who's like a VP or an SVP making a lot of money, but you have to put up with a lot of BS to do that.
It's a lot of work.
He had his niche. That's how he made his money, and
he
he's
did.
sticking to it.
He is
Yeah.
sticking to it.
Because
Yeah.
he's not apologetic for any of it.
And he
Oh,
hasn't
no.
changed. They haven't really evolved the brand or
No,
changed it at all.
not
When you
at
go
all.
back to an Abercrombie store, it's like
the same.
thing you've been like 10 years
10 years ago, yeah.
Like they don't. The advertising's the same. The
Yep.
models
That
always look
cologne
the
is
same.
the same.
The smell,
Everything. It
that
smells the same,
smell,
looks the same,
everything.
feels
He
the
hasn't
same.
evolved. And do it like you said, Courtney. Well, if it works for him,
Yeah.
he's
It
made a
works
lot
for
of
him.
money.
Yeah.
I believe it's a public company, right?
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
I know.
either.
I think it's still.
Is
I
it
think it's still private. I think, or could have been sold off. It used to
think it
be
was-
part of the limited corporation,
Yes.
but then it broke away, and now it's on its own. So, but all of those companies used to be together.
They make
Yeah.
a lot of money. So.
Yeah, they fly by private jet. I used to fly by private jet. What, every other week?
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah, because they figured, well, you know, we want our own jet. We don't have to wait at an airport and security. Oh yeah, we fly private jet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wearing their stuff, I'm sure.
Works for some.
And hoodies.
Hoodies and denim.
Yep.
All right.
What's up next?
That's it for our style scoop. So up next, we've got our hot or hot mess.
Yes.
Okay. So the first on our hit parade is Miss Vanessa Hudgens. She's here wearing Dolce & Gabbana at the 2013 YouTube Music Awards. And it's a floor-length Dolce & Gabbana dress with different prints and long sleeve.
It looks like
It's
a
a yellow color.
tablecloth
Yeah.
from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, what do you guys think about this look? And once again, you can find us on Instagram. Follow us on BHL Fashion 411. We've got all the photos on Instagram so you guys can follow along while we're talking.
I hate it. I feel like we need some sound effects too. We gotta get some sound effects for this segment.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah.
I'm not hating it completely. I
Okay.
can't really see the pattern because there's too much.
It looks like a painting.
It looks like a painting, and that's kind of why I think it's cool. I think I would have been better if it weren't long sleeve. I need to see her skin. I feel like she's too wrapped.
She's too covered up.
And then with the hair all down, like I feel like there's not a person in there, and that's why I don't like it. But I don't necessarily completely hate the dress.
Yeah, I agree. I think
it's weird, but
I think she's too young to be wearing a look like this. Like the long hair, the long dress.
sleeves.
It almost looks like she's like an aging actress or something trying to look young, or an aging musician or something like that. It just, for her, it's just way too old, and it's not a good look on her. I think the dress could could work for somebody else, or maybe if they shortened it, got rid of the sleeves.
But then it's a completely different dress.
Well,
I mean, if you shorten
it's the same pattern.
yeah.
We're talking about the pattern. The pattern
on
itself
her,
is quite
it should be a
unique.
mini. Like it could be a cute long sleeve mini if it was on her, because she's very small.
Yeah, she's tiny.
So all that pattern and the length in the
much.
sleeves is way overwhelming.
Like we've seen dresses like this a lot recently. Remember the one
prints.
that J.Lo was wearing with that,
Yeah.
the short one. The prints are really in right now, but this long dress on her is just not working.
You know what's funny? You know who I thought this was when it first came up? You know that actress from Revenge? She plays the mom.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I thought this was.
Oh,
Barbara
you thought it was
Hershey.
the
Barbara
mom?
Hershey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like
Yeah.
somebody, like at first glance, an older person.
It does. It does. It looks like it's for an older
That's
woman.
no good for you,
Yeah.
boo.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah,
However old
she's
she is,
young.
I don't know how old she is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
it's a little old. Yeah.
So is that a unanimous hot
That's
mess?
hard. Because the dress
Ooh,
is actually pretty.
Courtney's holding out.
It can't be a hot because it's not a hot. Fine, it's a mess.
All right. It's a mess. All right. It's a hot mess. All right, Vanessa, you gotta change your clothes there. All right. Next up, we've got Nicole Richie, and she's here at the LA County Museum of Art's 2013 Art and Film Gala here in Los Angeles, and she is also wearing a Dolce & Gabbana dress paired with a House of Harlow 1960 wind clutch and Jennifer Meyer earrings. So what do you guys think of the Nicole Richie look? And she's got her hair pulled up in a kind of like an I Dream of Jeannie kind of look, a high ponytail.
I love it. I think she looks beautiful.
I like it too. I do.
think she looks ravishing. It's sexy, and the little, is it fur cuffs on the sleeves? What's going on? Whatever that is, I love it. All of it.
I just feel like she always owns whatever she wears. And she's a tiny girl too, but for whatever reason, I feel like this works on her. I know it's highly embellished, but I don't know. I like it.
She looks 8 feet. She looks tall.
it
like
does. It does.
She
It
looks
makes-
long, and even
yeah.
the sheer skirt thing that we kind of have a few options of those over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this one actually works well. That V in the middle is a little not okay.
I really like
With
the
the
neckline.
pattern, yeah.
The neckline is great. I think she did her hair in the perfect way that suits the dress,
I agree. I love
like
it.
it.
I think what works on this too, especially is the styling, is the way she did her hair and makeup.
Yeah.
I think she had that strong eye, the I Dream of Jeannie hair. I love it with this dress, because I think if she were to gone down, her hair down,
It'd been too
it would have been
much.
too much. The dress itself, there's so much going on, and I think the way she styled it was perfect.
Yeah, I love
Did
it.
it, Nicole?
Yeah.
She looks great.
That's a hot. Across
Unanimous
the
hot. Look,
board.
we're all on the same page, you guys. It never
Yeah.
happens. Okay, so up next we got Zoe Saldana, and she's here in a Gucci at the same event, the 2013 Art and Film Gala red carpet event. And it's a Gucci dress, a long dress, and there's actually some side paneling that's kind of sheer on the side that she's wearing, and sheer sleeves.
I wish I could see more of it. It's hard for me to tell. So like that side, it's like completely sheer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this dress in white on somebody that I can't think of right now.
I have seen it before.
But I like
color.
it. I like.
Yeah.
Is it really a green tint to it?
Yeah, it's got a green tint.
Yeah, okay. I think it. I think she looks cool. I think it looks chic. I think she looks. Normally I would want hair back a little bit more or something, but I actually like her hair. It's soft, and she looks soft in the face. There's not too much going on, like makeup wise. I like it.
And I don't know if it's the way that she's standing,
Yeah,
but
that
it
angle.
makes it's like it just
It gave her that curve.
yeah on her body, and that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I could see it up close. Like
Yeah.
it feels like there's a lot of detail in it that we just the picture doesn't do it justice. But I like it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really beautiful, and I like the way she styled it as well with like the casual hair.
Yeah.
Because it's a very elegant dress, but the way she wears her hair really ended up kind of making it really fresh and young still. And I love that side
Yeah.
sheer thing. I think that's really sexy.
really
and
sexy.
She's wearing it really well. So. a hot for
Hot across the board.
yeah.
Yay, Zoe.
All right, so here's a new actress, Jamie Alexander, and she's here. She's at the Thor: The Dark World LA premiere, and she's wearing a Zorro dress with very sheer all the way in the front and all the way down and in the back. What do you guys think of this? I had to pull this in here because this was everywhere. This dress.
I know this was on TMZ.
Yeah.
They were talking about it.
Yes.
That's a hot.
That would be Phil from the
perspective.
booth. I mean, dang, just go to the premiere in your underwear. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
It's too much. It's just too much.
dang, like the little cover, like the way it loops in
Slightly
right
covered,
over the vagina, just doesn't, that ruins it for me completely.
It kind of looks cheap to me.
Yes,
too.
that's
It
what-
looks like a cheap
That's
dress.
what I'm gonna say.
It's
is-
just.
To me, it's so cheap. It's like it's so cheesy. It's like I'm all for sexy. I'm all for Sofia Vergara doing her sexy thing. I'm all for that. And if this actress wants to make that her persona, great. But there's something just so cheesy about it. It's as if like Morticia Adams was a stripper.
Yeah.
It was like, hey guys, I'm
Yeah.
about to take this off. It's just. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that like there's a disconnect too because the way she has her
Mom hair,
yeah,
like-
From the neck up, she's
yeah,
elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the dress, it's like
It's supposed to be
What?
vamp, but I don't
And
want to
the
see your
back-
belly
yeah,
button,
half
and I
your
don't want to
butt.
see your butt cheek.
She just looks like she got this dress from one of those $10 stores.
On Melrose.
Yeah, on Melrose. It just looks cheap.
looks
and
so
who made
cheap.
this? Azaro?
Azaro, yeah. So that's a hot mess for
Oh,
me.
yeah, I wouldn't.
got-
Yeah, that's a mess.
3 hot messes and 1 hot
In the
from
booth from
in
the guy.
booth.
Of course.
All right. So up next, we've got Naomi Harris, and she's here at the 2013 Harper Bazaar Women of the Year Awards in London, and she's wearing Gucci. And she's also, it's a red Gucci printed kind of romper type shorts, long shorts type thing with some strappy booties.
This looks like she's going to bed to me. This kind of looks like pajamas. You know, like Josie Notori for some reason. I feel like she looks like she's going to bed. And maybe I feel that way because, like, I don't know, is that her bra or part of the top? I don't.
See, I kind of like it from the waist up, and it could have been cool to me if it were either full-length pants. I think the board short length is killing me. Like, what was that about?
Horrible length, and they're wide too.
Yeah, and they're wide. Like, if it was wide leg pants all the way down, I'd be good. I think if it were shorts, it would have been too much because of the top looking like bra and
Yeah.
underwear. So I need it to be long. But I like the color, and she looks pretty.
Yeah, I agree totally with you, Courtney. Like, Naomi Harris is such a slamming body. Like, every
Yeah.
time you see her,
She's
like, her
so
body's just
fit.
like, yes, it's so amazing. And that's why I think from the waist up, it actually looks good because you see her elegant, like, slim tone arms and her chest is not too big or whatever.
she's not too heavy in the chest to make it look
It looks
over-sexual.
good. But 2 things I wish were happening here with this outfit. I wish they were either as a jumper with long pants or it was a skirt.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah,
dress, a long
yeah.
skirt.
I just that bottom isn't flattering. on
No,
her.
the board short. I like how you said the board
Yeah,
short.
because it doesn't make any sense.
The board
doesn't.
short length, no.
I don't know whose idea that was.
No, but it just to me it just reads very lingerie for some reason.
Yeah, a hot mess for me.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Naomi.
All right, well, God, we're all in agreement. I don't think this has ever happened where all 3 of us are in agreement for every single
For
one.
all of them
Well,
so
we got
far.
one left, so we'll see. Last but not least, we got Miss Rachel Bilson and Millie at the People's Choice Awards nomination event. And she is wearing a little crop top and a long skirt, and it's printed like a turquoise printed and with white sandals type shoes, strappy shoes. What do you guys think?
It fits, and she looks cute, I guess. Like, I'm just not, I mean, I love the pattern, and it's bright, and but I feel like it's like a mom going to lunch with her friends.
I mean, I love the pattern. I happen to like Millie, like the brand. Like sometimes it's hit or miss because sometimes it looks a little 50s, but you know, Millie always has like really great prints.
Yeah.
I feel like her shoes just really don't work with this. I don't know. She does kind of look like, oh, I'm going to an Easter
Ladies'
brunch.
lunch. Yeah, she's just
know?
missing her big hat.
I think it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's like boring. Like I think it's cute and it looks cute on her. She got a cute little body and like the crop thing and everything. But there's something to be said. It's an interesting thing because we've talked about this before here on the show where you want to be seasonal and current, but at the same time you still want to be. You want to be with the trends and what's going on right now. And I feel like she could have made this a little bit more seasonal. Like we are in fall. Granted, because you're in fall, you don't have to sit there and walk around and browns and reds and everything. But she could have made this more current with the shoes. Like the shoes were awful to me. The white shoes. It's like if she was doing some summer kind of like, oh, we're doing like a Malibu beach party thing. But it's not. It's November. It's a People's Choice Award nominee luncheon thing. So she could have done, I think, a black strappy shoe or a brown or something.
She could have even slapped on a cool like leather motorcycle jacket with it. That would have made it hot.
Or I think got rid of one of them. Got rid of the top.
Exactly.
Kind of different, different top and left the skirt, or got rid of the skirt and worn a different type of skirt. So I just think the styling and all this was wrong, and it just honestly looked like she rolled out of bed with like her hair.
The hair looks dead, and the makeup is really soft.
Yeah, it's just like. And I think I love Rachel Bilson. I think she's so cute and so pretty, and I love what she wears usually. But this was a miss for me.
Not today, Bilson.
Sorry, that is like unanimous.
Unanimous.
All
right, so that's it. That's what I got for you.
Very cool.
What's going on in the social media
close it out
world?
in social media world. So for those of you that were on social media or under a rock and didn't know, The Best Man had their premiere this week. Excuse me. It's a Best Man Holiday, which is a huge film that is coming back after, they're doing a remake of, the sequel to The Best Man, which was originally done 13, 14 years ago. And I believe
it was long ago?
It was 1999, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
So
who was in that film?
They got the whole cast back. They've got Sanaa Lathan, they've got Morris Chestnut, they've got Taye Diggs, they have Nia Long, they have Melissa DeSosa, Regina Hall, and Monica Calhoun, which round out and Harold Perrineau as the full main cast, and they brought the entire main cast back. And they obviously dressed up for the premiere in ways that they went a little bit of extra glam this time around, especially for a premiere. Yeah, for holiday. First was Sanaa Lathan there on the far left. She was wearing a two-toned black and like maroon cocktail dress by Donna Karan. Strapless, and it was a really structured corset type top, which was really adorable. Then second up in the middle, we have Miss Regina Hall. She was wearing a red lace detailed Lorena Sarbu jumpsuit.
I want that.
I saw that and I was like, oh my God. Number one, it's a jumpsuit. Number two, it's a red jumpsuit from head to toe.
And
but
she
lace and it looks so good. And she worked that out really well. She looks great. And always the sex kitten, Miss Melissa DeSosa, was wearing a strapless embellished gown from Pamela Roland in like a navy blue, very detailed.
Fantastic.
I wasn't a super fan of her hair, but I loved her in the dress.
Yeah.
And on the end there, the ever youthful Miss Nia Long.
She's so pretty.
Rocking Michael Costello, actually.
How old is she now?
She's like 46.
40-something.
God,
something
she
like
got
that.
2 kids. Yeah.
2 kids. She's great. And the dress was cupping those boobies very high and front and center. She looked amazing, and that high slit, that eggplant color was everything.
All 4 of those outfits. I want all 4
They
of them.
did fantastic.
Gorgeous. Kudos
to the ladies, and Miss Sanaa tweeted that out for us to see.
Yeah,
and then we got a separate tweet with Miss Monica Calhoun, who's also rounding out the top ladies cast. She was wearing a gray embellished shimmering bell sleeve shift dress, and she was rocking a new pixie cut because she had been wearing really long hair.
I think she's really skinny legs.
She's very thin.
Really. How old is she?
She is in the 40s somewhere too. She's been around for
like
quite
her
some
haircut
time.
though. It doesn't
she's
work
taken
with her face.
off all the hair. Everybody was commenting on it because she's been rocking the long wavy hair for all of the press tour, and she came to the premiere and she had her hair chopped off. So
I don't think
that's what she's doing. I'm not in love with it, but
it makes her look a lot older.
Yeah, it doesn't work with her face.
She has a very, not in a bad way, but she has a very like older mother-y face to begin with, even when she was very young. So I feel like that
more
just
mature.
Yeah, that just added to it. But I mean, she glittered it up a little bit. So next up, we had some random women show up to this and do some extra stuff. And the reason I pulled this is because so Gloria and her sister Laura Govan showed up for the premiere. Gloria is on the left there wearing a cobalt blue fitted whatever dress. She looks nice, I guess. I'm not a fan of these people, and I thought it was really random that they are getting so much press right now because Laura, who's in the black, she's actually wearing BCBG Max Azria runway sheer bra thing all the way to the floor. They're from Basketball Wives.
Okay. And then Laura was also
on
I
Dream of Nene.
Okay.
So they are whatever. I mean, she's on the red carpet.
Yeah, they've gotten their fame from a lot of these different reality shows.
But she's doing that sheer trend, and she had, you can't really see it that well in the tweeted picture, but she had on like black leggings underneath. It was just I didn't totally get it. You can see it a little bit on the end, but they look beautiful in the face, and the hair, we're rocking the fishtail braid on the side. That was really cute.
And I will say, Laura has what, like 5 kids?
Yes, and she's lost a tremendous amount of weight probably over the last like year and a half.
Yeah.
She's looking smaller than Gloria right now, and Gloria used to be the smaller one. So kudos to her. She looks pretty.
I think they look pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And last but not least, we have Lil Mama, who showed up. She's doing the circuit, obviously, because she is now a sort of acclaimed actress in her own right for pulling off the left eye roll.
Out. Yeah, hey, she was good.
She pulled off the left eye roll, so she's obviously making her rounds, showing up to the premiere, and she overdid herself in
this is overdone.
Silver embellished, like one shoulder gown, dragging the floor, needed to be hemmed with a pink clutch in her green.
That reminds me of the dress that we saw last week from. What's
Rita Ora?
Rita Ora. Might be a little bit of that dress.
Yeah,
a little bit,
she's just overdone.
I was like, I get that everybody kind of went a little glam, but she like tried. It's like you were trying a little too hard in that. But she showed up and she smiled and took lots of pictures, and that's what we have for Twitter.
I kind of like, though, the silver with the pink purse and the green hair.
The green hair.
I kind of like it, yeah.
I'm not actually, it's funny you say that because the green hair, like when we first saw it, I was like, what is she doing? Yeah. And now it's kind of growing on me. Yeah. And when she was doing press for the TLC movie, I was like, oh, because they were curling it, and I like it shorter than when she had it long. So. And it's actually hers. I thought it might be a wig or a weave for a while, but well, I'm sure she might have some clip-ins in there.
Yeah, something in there.
But dyeing it the full-on green richness, because you can see her roots now, it's starting to come out.
Wow.
So.
God, that'll do a number to your hair.
I can't even imagine how you deal with that.
Wow.
But that is our social media roundup.
By the way, I have to say we have Daryl Christian, our executive producer here. He did go to the junket, and there's lots of interviews that will be posted November 13th.
Yes.
Very nice. I know I made the mistake of going down Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, no.
Not realizing that the premiere was on that night, and it was not fun.
So for those of you, check out the movie November 15th. It is out 1 week from today.
Cool.
All right, guys. So that's another Fashion 411 Friday. Thanks for tuning in. And we want to remind you guys, you can download our show on iTunes for free. And please do that because you guys are making us the #1 fashion podcast on iTunes. And don't forget, you can also check out all the pictures from the show on Instagram at BHL Fashion 411. Please follow us, like us, make comments, and we will see you guys next week. Where can we find everybody?
Yeah, and I'm Erica Garcia. To echo that sentiment, we want to hear from you guys because this show is for you guys. So, comment, tweet us, Instagram us on iTunes. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, because this show is for you guys. And thank you so much for helping us get to one of the top podcast spots for fashion and beauty. And you can find me on Instagram at IamEGR and Twitter, IamEGR.
You can find me, Courtney Stewart, on Twitter and Instagram at Stewart Starlet.
And you can find me, Deanna Vaughn, on Instagram and Twitter at It's Me, Deanna V. Thanks, guys. We can't wait to bring you some holiday fashion stuff coming soon and more guests.
We're going to have lots of great guests lined up for you guys. So keep watching.
Check us out. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Yeah.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.